What is up, PMPBeta people? MikeDecIsHere here, and I'm bringing you my second upload to the Pokemoshpitbeta channel. This is a 5th gen Little Cup battle that I had against TheWizard008. His link will be in the channel description, and if you guys like the battle, I encourage you to check him out. But this was a great battle, so let's get started. Looking at our teams, my team is based around Drillbur, which is actually a very underused threat in the Little Cup metagame. I don't know why. It's a freaking monster. But seeing how he doesn't have a weather inducer of his own, I figured that my Hippopotas would be the best thing to start off with, just to kind of get my momentum in my favor. In comes the Ball Toy. I can't do jack to this thing, but I know he has Rapid Spin because most Ball Toys carry Rapid Spin. So I figured I would use Toxic, then use Stealth Rock so I can rack up some extra damage, and then force him to use Rapid Spin so I can probably get a free switch and continually rack up more damage. So that was my whole strategy, kind of hoping it would work out. So now I'm going to switch out. I figure my best thing to go into would be my Gangsta, which is my Scrafty. Ends up going for the Bulldoze, which really sucked. I now don't want to overpredict. I'm not going to try setting up because I also saw he had a Timber, and I'm pretty sure Timber could take me out with a Mach Punch. So I am going to go for the nice safe crunch. I do get a crit here. Not sure if the crit mattered, honestly, because of Toxic. But if it did, he's got 5. It happens, 5 other pokes to take it. I get my Moxie boost, but not going to matter too much. He's got this thing, his Timber, and it's going to threaten me with a Mach Punch. I have to switch out. I'm going to go right out into my Croagunk because after looking at this thing, I realized this is my only fighting resist, which was a really bad idea. And he's going to get rocked. Like, he almost took half from the Mach Punch and Sandstorm, which is really bad. I have to go for a fake out. Don't want to overpredict. He predicts this very nicely and goes into his Ferroseed. Iron Barbs and Life Orb and Sandstorm is really going to hurt after that. I have to switch out. Don't want to stay in. I am going to go out to my Magnemite because safe play is safe. That's why I have this thing to trap Ferroseed and help my Drillbur sweep. Of course, that's also an extremely obvious switch, so he's going to go out into his Timber. I don't want to stay in. I need Magnemite for a few of his pokes, so I'm going to switch out, go to my Hippopotas, because it basically is the most useless thing out right now. He's going to go for the Mach Punch. It's not going to do anything, which is really sick. Don't want to set up rocks and then have Mach Punch 2 KO me, because then I'm kind of screwed. So, I'm going to go for the safe EQ just to get a good amount of damage on it, if not kill it. And he brings out his Ferroseed. Now, here, I didn't want him switching out and him getting a free switch into his Timber again because it's also really obvious. So I figured I'd do this. Keep EQing, let him kill me, bring in Magnemite, set up on his face, and then just proceed to wreck his team. Which I thought was a really good idea, but ends up backfiring, as you'll see. He ends up I guess he doesn't have an offensive move. And that really sucked. Even if he had Protect, it would have helped here because maybe he misclicked, I don't know, but maybe he realized my strategy that I was just sacking this thing. But he lets his Ferroseed die, and then my Hippopotas dies, and I didn't get rocks up, so, that was dumb. I should have just used rocks and then let this thing die. But anyway, hindsight's 20/20. He could have just bought this thing anyway, so probably was a smarter idea. But, anywho, I'm going to go for the EQ. Don't want to set up too early. One-shot Siaksu, which is amazing. I guess it was a offensive set without Evioli, because that's easily why it racked. In comes a Frillish. I don't want to get Will-O-Wisp. Go to Magnemite just to take the Will-O-Wisp. Ends up missing. Decide to go for a sub in case he wants to do something weird, like try to Will-O-Wisp predicting a switch again. But he ends up going for the Hydro Pump. Don't know why he has Hydro Pump on a Frillish. I would have probably used something more on the lines of Scald, but you know what? To each his own. I'm going to go for a T-Bolt. I am modest max special attack, so I figured it would do a very good amount of damage to that thing, and it ends up taking it out, which is amazing. In comes Scrafty. I can't let this thing set up for free. I have a Revenge Killer, but I need to do damage on it. So I go for a T-Bolt, and he kills me with a Drain Punch, which is fine because I get a free switch into my Croagunk, which is my check to this thing. And yeah, basically, it doesn't have +1 speed, which is really nice. I'm going to fake out now. Predict, its obvious play is obvious. He doesn't have anything else that could take a fake out. And now I'm going to go for the kill with Vacuum Wave. I'm fairly sure at that health, Vacuum Wave will kill. Ends up killing. Very nice. Croagunk is left at 1 HP after all the shenanigans. And now he's lat down to his last guy, which is his Timber. And I'm going to evacuate him just to get some damage off, and it's going to take me out. My Life Orb is going to take me out, but I get to see what he's locked into, and now I see he's locked into the Mach Punch. So I can now go into my Ferroseed, who I'm fairly sure can take a Mach Punch, and proceed to just do some damage back with Gyro Ball. I am going to Protect just to rack up the toxic damage, because I'm not sure how Gyro Ball will do against this thing, despite not being Eviolite. I know Timber is fairly slow, so I just want to Protect just to make sure. Ends up going for the. He ends up Mach Punching. Obviously he's locked into that because of Choice Band. Iron Barb's hit. Barbs. It's really Italian. Iron Barb's hits. I go for Gyro Ball. Ends up taking him out. So that's going to be the game. So, great game, TheWizard008. If you guys like the battle, please check out his channel. And I would encourage you to rate, comment, sub this video. And please check out my channel. If you guys like this video, I do picture-in-picture narrations. I got a Super Mario LP up. Just a bunch of crazy shenanigans going on. But that's going to be it for today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. Peace out of here. Mike Deck is out of here. Later.